beautiful bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my May TBR. I'm gonna move over this way a bit. I actually already filmed this once and I didn't like it because I was really low energy and it just didn't seem like I was having a lot of fun because I wasn't. So today I'm going to refilm it, so it's not going to be as exciting. There's not going to be much mystery in it, but I can tell you what I'm doing. Basically, the theme of this month's TBR is I pulled 4 books out of the TBR Mug, which just has little pieces of paper that have all the titles of all the books that I have in there, and I like randomly select them when I use the mug, and then 3 books that have been on my radar and I've wanted to read. So I have the stack here and they are all different genres. I tried to pick different genres so that nothing was the same and nothing was a repeat, and kind of place a book on each of my shelves this month. So let's talk about them. The first book is Nancy Drew Files Volume 2. This is on a previous TBR, either at the end of 2020 or at the very beginning of 2021. I did not get through it, and I actually think I only read like 3 pages and I don't even remember what happened. So I'm going to restart this book. This is 3 new cases in the Nancy Drew series. But they're just more modernized. And the last one, I found like some of it to be like, oh, because Nancy's rich, like that's why it worked. But I did enjoy reading them. They're really quick. Each mystery is about 100 pages, so not very long, and will, give me a mystery for this month. Plus, I don't know if they're going to make more of these, but I want to get through this one before I try and get the 3rd volume, if that ever comes out. Then I try and read a graphic novel, a classic, and a book of the month every month. And this month my graphic novel is about Harley. I just finished the 4th volume of the Harley Quinn Rebirth. This is the 5th, and Harley is running for, not president, mayor of New York City, to kind of get the current mayor out because he's very corrupt. And then there's also continuations of different storylines from the whole series bound in here as well. So just another Harley comic. And I believe the Nancy Drew one was a TBR Mug pick. Harley was my pick. The next one is another TBR Mug pick, and this is House of Furies by Madeline Rue. This is about, I'm trying to remember, I've read the synopsis, I'm trying to describe it. Basically, this girl goes to a boarding house and she's offered employment there. But the man who runs the boarding house is kind of like a vigilante, where he has rich people stay there and the employees are allowed to, like, whatever that person who's staying there, however they did them wrong in the past, the employees get to like seek their revenge on them. So it's like his own like cruel justice, but like maybe it's kind of valid. So I'm interested to see how it works. I know it's a series, so this just sets everything up. I do have the 2nd book. I haven't got the 3rd one because I want to read this first. But this is a horror series. I've never read a horror. I've never read a gothic horror. So I'm interested to see if I will like it, because I do have a decent amount of horror. I have like 5 or 6, but I've never read them and I want to. And I want to see if I maybe like horror books more than I like horror movies, because, I can stop this and put it down and like put it in the freezer if it scares me. So yeah. This one I picked because it's a continuation in a series, and my goal this year is to try and finish as many series as possible. So I want to read Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the 2nd one in the Brown Sisters series. And this is about Danny, who basically ends up getting saved from a fire, even though there's not actually a fire, I don't think, but the security guard in her office building, and they go viral because he like carries her out of the building. So they start a fake dating relationship. I don't know if it's just, or maybe it's not fake dating. Yeah, so Zaf is he's the hero in this romance. He wants her to play along because it will help him raise money for his charity because he's a former rugby player, and she actually wants to be with him, so she's cool with it. And I think it'll be fun. If it's anything like Get a Life, Chloe Brown, it'll be really good and really funny, and I'll enjoy it. So we have an adult romance with that one. The next one, The Mug picked, and this is a hard-hitting YA contemporary. It's called The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Kletter. This one is about a girl who gets put in a mental institution by her mom when she is young, basically as a means for her mom to abandon her. And now she's 18, she's essentially aged out, and she has to try and figure out how to live as a regular person in regular life and not be restricted by the institution. And basically she's just trying to reclaim her life on her own terms. But there's a ton of stuff that she does have to deal with, memories, and trying to figure out how to be a normal person and get rid of, work through her trauma that happened because of her mother's choices. So I heard this is really hard hitting. It's kind of hard to get through, but it's very lyrical and written in a way that kind of moves you through the book with a nice flow. So I'm hoping this will be a good one. The next one has been on my radar, and I've wanted to read it for so long, but there has not been a point in time where I could fit this into a theme. So I am going to read Fable by Adrienne Young. I love Adrienne Young's books. She writes amazing fantasy stories. Like, I really liked Sky in the Deep. I really liked The Girl the Sea Gave Back, because those two are a duology. This is Fable. It's a pirate book, which is amazing. There's like smugglers and traders and like all sorts of piratey goodness in here, and also the cover's just beautiful. Like this girl's mother has died, and I forget what her name is. It's very pretty. Oh, her name is Fable. So she's the daughter of a trader from the Narrows. She's only known living on a ship in the ocean. Like, it's just so good. So I want to get this because the second one just came out. It's called Namesake, and I didn't even know this was going to be another duology. So I want to get this so that I can add it to my Adrienne Young collection and see if she continues to be a favorite author of mine. So I probably will read that one first, honestly. And the last one, The Mug picked for me, and is a historical fiction, and that is Lovely War. This is all about World War I and II. You're following, I believe, two couples in here, and you're being told their story from the point of view of Aphrodite and Ares, so the goddess of love and the goddess of war, both telling you the story when war and love are both happening. So I think it'll be really good. I've heard it's very emotional. It is quite long, but you're going through two wars in here, so I think it's probably about the right length. But yeah, May is going to be a fun reading month. Most of these I think I will read physically. Definitely take a hint, Danny Brown. The only one I might listen to is House of Furies, but we'll see how I feel when I'm reading them. But that is it for me. Oh, I have to pick a book of the month. Since I've covered most of my bases with all the different genres I have here, my book of the month pick is going to be The Lost Apothecary, because one, I love the cover. It's really pretty, but I love the concept of this secret apothecary where women can get poisoned to get revenge on people who have wronged them, although I think it can only be on other men. Like, there's rules to the apothecary, but it's a dual timeline of current day and the past, and them figuring out like if this apothecary existed, because it's kind of like a legend at this point. And yeah, I think it'll be really good, and that'll be my book of the month pick for this month. So what is that, 8 books, I think. That's about standard for my TBR. We'll see if I get through them all. And if I do, it might be a miracle. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.